Hey, everybody. Try and stand straight for you. Uh, One of these days, I'll stand straight naturally. I think I need a good chiropractic adjustment. That's what I think. So, thank you, Michigan Constitutional Crusader. Bless you, brother. Man, you show some huge cojones. And that should be an inspiration to many others because that video in 24 hours has got over 1.6 thousand views. Now, my last three videos, I don't think they've seen 100 views all totaled from my channel. But just one video with the Constitutional Crusader, he's got about 40,000 subscribers. And I've been taking a look at his videos, and within a week or so, they'll range from a couple thousand to several thousand, approaching 10,000 views. So that's good. That's really good. And I've been trying so hard for so long, and so many people committed, even got excited, and then decided, oh, no, 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 no. Right? As it's that fear thing. So I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to talk about the video a little bit. First, I better make sure that I got sound going here. So, all right, I got sound. Perfect. So now we'll take this over to subscriptions. 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 Pull up Michigan Constitutional. The title is Listen to Ethan's Crazy. Listen to Ethan and what. Oh, geez, it's got two different things. One, let's see. It says, listen to Ethan's crazy story of corruption. And then it says, please have a listen to Ethan and what Kalkaska County did to him. So I'll open this up and pause it. Clear this out of the way and it's got 213 thumbs up. Wow. 213 thumbs up. That means out of 1.6 thousand people, 213 of them took the time to say thumbs up. So let's take a look at some of these comments. In fact, we'll just take a look at all of them. Shirley says he's 100% right. It's got 5 thumbs up and one reply. Let's see what the reply says. Oh, that was me. I said, thank you for watching. I felt like I should go through here and respond to all of these. And at some point I will. I'm in here. I say, thank you, Constitutional Crusader. That's got 7 thumbs up. This fella here is on my Telegram channel, Rebel. He says, I've been following Ethan for years. Good man. Have a lot of confidence in him. I honestly trust him. Trust in him. This man needs vindication on his case. Ethan, all my respect, my friend. Thank you, Rebel. All my respect to you. We'll have vindication. But more than Ethan needing vindication, you need vindication. I'm here for you. I am. I'm fighting for you. Now, I was brought into this battle, and it was about me. It was about my health. It was about saving my life from the poisons and toxins. But then it became about saving my life from government. Flat out attacks on me from government. Wanting to put me away for life. Or destroy my life at which point that I take my life, or destroy me to the point that I have no voice. Break my spirit. Make me give up. That ain't happening, bro. That ain't happening. Of course, anybody's spirit can be broken. Anybody can be broken. All right. Shirley again. Exactly. Telling truth. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation point. They are sick traitors. These comments virtually, there's one snark in here. But other than that, I think these are all awesome comments. David says, very interesting. What Ethan is saying is it truly makes me wonder what is the truth. Thank you, MCC. God bless. Much respect. Stay safe. It's got 3 thumbs up. Maximus, this is precisely why these videos are essential across the globe. Because they are taking the scales from the whole world's eyes, allowing them to see the vital need for billions upon billions of freedom-loving, righteous people to unify, to begin the systematic obliteration of all suffering everywhere. Yes, end the suffering. The suffering and the needless suffering and the needless pain, the needless negativity needs to go, because all that trauma, it happens in the present moment. And as the present moment evolves, we drag that negativity with us. And it affects us negatively. Imagine a life of bliss, a wonderful childhood, loving, nurturing parents, loving, nurturing society, where you can live free and prosper and expand your consciousness and your imagination and create magical, wonderful things, and carry that forward with you as you move from the now space into the next now space, into the next now space, bringing all that wonderful with you instead of bringing that negativity with you. So I agree with this comment 100%. Absolutely. AKA Ray says, very enlightened. Oh, let's see how many thumbs up. Maximus has 3 thumbs up to that. Very enlightening, MCC. Thanks for sharing. That's AKA Ray. 4 thumbs up. Melissa says, you need to put everything in a trust, irrevocable, even your intellectual property, everything you have, interest, and are considered an asset to you. Well, could be. Could be. In what system? Right? In what system? So, what's important to me is our freedom, our liberty, our happiness, our prosperity in the now and in the now going forward. And then everything will be good. So let's see, the Joker. Well, how many thumbs up? Oh, there was no thumbs up for that one, Melissa. I have a few stories that are unbelievable to most people. 6 thumbs up. Johnny Woe Times. Yes, man, say it and say it loud. I eat cannabis chocolate every day. I'm real sorry you had to go through that BS, man. But you're a tough man and it's nothing for you. Peace, brother. Well, thanks. I wouldn't say it's been nothing. It has tore me up. It's been tough. It's been brutal. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still bringing it. And now we have the Michigan Constitutional Crusader helping to bring it as well. Sharon says, this man is bringing truth. 2 thumbs up. Johnny Woe Times, he had 3 thumbs up. All right, now we got one snark in here. And wouldn't you know, it's from the judge. Judge says, you're worried about gum disease as you smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are the worst substance for your health. Cigarettes are the worst substance for your health. Judge, how qualified is this person? Tell us what the worst substance is for our health. Do you believe that? See, I want to make sure. It said smoking cigarettes. Didn't say tobacco. Well, for you, Judge. See, I don't think anybody I'll rephrase it. All right, I am concerned about my oral health. I'm concerned about your oral health. I'm concerned about your ability to have optimal oral health, regardless of what toxins you're exposed to. All right, you're drinking tap water. It could be worse for you than cigarettes. Now, they say that there are 600 chemicals added to tobacco cigarettes to addict you, also to numb you down, dumb you down, make you sick. Now, I smoke this pipe tobacco as a cigarette. Compared to a pre-rolled cigarette, it's like night and day. A pre-rolled cigarette is akin to putting your nose next to the exhaust pipe of the car. That's how it feels to me. And I haven't smoked pre-rolled cigarettes in, good God, it's well over 20 years. And as a rule, I just roll it when I'm going to smoke it. The rolling part is part of the smoking process for me. Generally, I do a YouTube video. I'll roll up a couple. Sometimes I'll just roll one up while I'm doing the video. But isn't it interesting that the judge has to come in and snark. Now, Constitutional Crusader put that video up as a premiere. And so that I could participate. And then the energies working my way. I was sleeping. I was having an afternoon nap. And I woke up at I think about 5:50. At 5:45, there was a text message from the Constitutional Crusader that the video was going up at 6 o'clock as a premiere. Come on into the live chat and let them know you're here. So I was still waking up after the premiere had finished, right? But I was able to participate in the live chat, and there was awesome comments in there. So Constitutional Crusader, his channel is monetized, and he's able to make money at this doing what he's doing. I'm not making a penny. I've been YouTubing for a couple of years, and I can't hit 1,000 subscribers. It's like I watched I get the monthly reports, and for a while it was growing. And then it got to this, 800 and some number, and it's just kind of like just hung there. I get 1 month, I'll get 40 new subscribers, but my membership doesn't change. So I guess I lost 40 some subscribers that month. But for me, I really don't care to grow the channel for the sake of growing the channel. I want the message to get out. I did what I did to document what I've done, what's been done to me, and how it affects you. I've done these videos to show you how I've handled it, how I've responded, the education that I've gotten along the way. I've done this to share my trade secrets and my intellectual property freely with you so that you can do for yourself, because government and big business and the British agents, they're not going to let it come easy. They're not going to let me bring it to market easy, or anybody else. The attacks will just keep coming and coming and coming until I can get past them. I'll smoke some more, Judge. Judge, there's people die. They live a healthy life. They eat healthy, they exercise, they don't smoke, and they die of lung cancer in their 30s. There ain't no telling what it is. But I can have high consciousness in my tobacco. I can have high vibration in my experience, and it can be very healing for me, because stress is a killer, they tell you. And maybe I've been under a little bit of stress, right? Maybe just a little bit of stress. And I drink a lot of toxic water. Oh, I think I can find this quick enough. It was there was a post. Oh, come on, you're moving too fast. Stay still so I can hit you. There was a post. Here we go. Engineers develop water filtration that permanently removes forever chemicals. Engineers at the University of British Columbia have developed a filtration system that would permanently remove forever chemicals from drinking water. This news comes after a recent study. Wow. How's that? That should make you feel good to know that going forward in the future, we don't have to be drinking all this sewage and forever chemicals and microplastics and all this sludge and everything. I recognize Prairie. Good morning. So I'm just here to thank the Constitutional Crusader. This would be, I'm hoping this is like going to help with the 100 monkey effect. See, I don't really care to have the YouTube channel and to I don't know what to do at this point, except share my knowledge and keep fighting for our freedom. So at this point, I'm just trying. The more you know, the more power you have if you put that knowledge to work. You reap what you sow. Faith without work will get you nothing. Oh, Perry missed the 100 monkey thing. So, 100 monkey. I've heard this for years, but it's always like gone right over my head because it would be in a conversation and somebody would say, blah, 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 100 monkey effect, blah, 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 right? So like you already know the 100 monkey effect. And so, well, it's always gone over my head until it was explained to me that on an island, monkeys are being observed and studied or whatever. You know, I mean, people do that for a living. And apparently one day, I don't know the exact circumstance, but the fruit's in the water. Whether the fruit was in the water and the monkey found it, or the monkey took the fruit to the water and washed the sand off it, I don't know. But the point is, the monkey learned you wash the sand off the fruit in the water, and now you don't have to eat the sand, right? Well, this is visual to the monkeys on the island. Eventually, 100 monkeys are washing their fruit, washing the sand off of their fruit in the water. Once it got to 100 monkeys, at great distances away, monkeys on other islands that were being studied all of a sudden started taking their fruit to the water and washing the sand off. This is collective consciousness. They had no way of communicating its collective consciousness. So they've got us so dumbed down that the fluoride, besides being toxic and a cancer causer, they say it calcifies your pineal gland. They say your pineal gland is your third eye. It's your antenna. It's what connects you into other, call it frequencies, energies, truths. And we have amazing powers. So you think about the guy who can do calculations faster than somebody else can do it on a calculator. Big numbers. Rain Man, people with photographic memories, remote viewing, prophecy, being able to see without your eyes. These are things we know. Now, they say Jesus walked on water. Well, so do we when it's frozen. Yeah. However, bees apparently don't fly. They levitate. Their wings will match the harmonic vibrations of the earth, and they'll levitate. Now, anti-gravity levitation has been released by the Navy. David Wilcock is working diligently to bring us anti-gravity craft, both military and personal. So you just can't imagine the world we can have if you would just simply own your authority, people. If you would stand up to this tyranny and tear it down, because we outnumber them by far. By far. So, thank you, Michigan Constitutional Crusader, man. And I'm hoping that we can get more. Now, he's got there, he's monetized. There's a lot of commercials in that video, and so he sent it to me to preview before he put it up, and asked if there was anything I wanted deleted, and there was commercials in there, and a lot of them, and so I usually listen to my videos after I do them because I want to know, did I say anything wrong? Do I need to make a correction? I critique myself. What did I do anything that was stupid? What can I do to be a better speaker? And like this. So I'm listening to that video, and I'm on a roll, and it breaks to a commercial. And in my mind, in my soul, I have this, what's he going to say next? It's me talking. What am I going to say next? Right. And I got that feeling time and time again as I'm listening to my talk, which gives me a good feeling, because for those of you who remember Howard Stern was out there, and people couldn't, there was an interest in what makes Howard Stern so dang popular. And it turned out that people tuned in just to see what he was going to say next. And so that was the feeling I was getting listening to my video. So I'm hoping that's the feeling that other people get. The comments are all pretty good, so I'm happy about that. And there's so much information coming out. There's so much corruption. There's so much, so that they're just like a flood. There's never been a better time to be a whistleblower. And you got all this stuff going on, and I'm shadow banned on top of that. So breaking through into the matrix isn't easy. And Constitutional Crusaders, let's see. Yes, I believe that fluoride was not for our teeth. How is that working for France? How do you clear your third eye? Well, I don't know. Cannabis could be part of it. I've heard that from vegetation where they measure the vibration level on a scale of low to high, that there are compounds in the cannabis plant that are of the highest vibratory level. The ability to break the blood-brain barrier is a quality of cannabis. Cannabis decalcifies oral plaques. I believe it decalcifies arterial plaques, and it wouldn't surprise me that it keeps the pineal gland clean. Now, I was on municipal water to about the age of 10. And then the vast majority of my drinking water for the rest of my life has been well water. Probably 30 years of my life, I used a fluoride toothpaste. I haven't used fluoride toothpaste in many years. I don't know how many years. I use baking soda and turmeric. Now, most baking soda is not natural, and it has aluminum in it. There's a brand. I got it in the bathroom. Hills is the second name. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. But there is a natural. I got a hair rolled into my cigarette. That happens. Dirty trick back in the day that people would play on someone, it'd be to run a horsehair into their tobacco cigarette. Make you kind of sick. So when I was giving that talk, I had these rays coming down through the screen, and I didn't know if it was showing up on the viewer side, and I didn't understand what it was. But I got this overhead light here, and I've got it all blocked off. I've got cardboard and I got paper, and because it's just too much light, and so there's a couple spots where the light comes through brighter, and what it was the room was just very smoky, so it was kind of like giving almost like rays of light, which was kind of interesting. So I tried to stand in the middle of it. I don't have a setup. I don't want a setup. I've always been a very private person. I don't like crowds. I don't like big parties, small gatherings. Pretty much just immerse myself in my work and try and find a way to be positive and forget about the negative. And yet we are living in so much negativity that we have to have folks like the Michigan Constitutional Crusaders out there with their cameras showing the corruption, showing the treason, showing the tyranny, showing how stupid these public servants are and how stupid we are for putting up with it. So, again, Michigan Constitutional Crusader, bless you. I hope that you are. Did I get through all the comments? I'm not sure. I think there might have been one more. Stay safe out there, brother. Nobody needs to fall on the sword. And goodness gracious. Let's see. Okay, no, there's several more comments here. A plea deal is no deal when crime has been committed. That's right, there is no deal. Problem with pot is, okay, let's see who said that. Let's see. That was Tina. A plea deal when no crime has been committed. A plea is no deal when no crime has been committed. Okay, that was Tina. The nameless one. Problem with pot is it is now government regulated. So much for legalized marijuana. Right. A lot of people don't understand the difference between legal and lawful. Legal is statutes, acts, codes, rules, regulations, ordinances, and those are intended to be for commerce and our servants in government. Supposed to be there to control that and keep us safe. Legal was never intended to be applied on man. This is why they created the all caps name, the birth certificate, the fiction corporation, and then they trade you on the stock exchange from the day you're born. And they human traffic you your entire life. So, lawful, to live lawfully is to do no harm. No harm to another man or another man's property. I say man, that's male or female. Man or woman. Prairie says, I was having the conversation about how where it is written in the government's job to keep us safe other than protecting the borders. I was having a conversation about how it works. Well, it's your state's constitutions that really set the stage. And so the aspect of public safety has been absolutely twisted. So for marijuana, for your safety, you're going to prison. For mushrooms, for this, for that, for blah, 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 for your safety, you're going to prison. Because we can't have this. Who's this we? This is the evil cabal that has infiltrated every aspect of your life by infiltrating every system in our life to control us. So, let's see, get me back to the main point of this here. So, so what we want is when we're traveling out on the highways and the byways, and there's commercial vehicles out there that are transporting our goods and transporting our people, public transportation, things like this. Well, we don't want the wheels falling off. We don't want the brakes failing. Right? We don't need the roof collapsing on the buildings where you're in there doing shopping, right? Our public buildings, our public infrastructure, we, the people, want it to be safe for us. So it's our servants' responsibility to make sure that construction is done to a standard of safety. But they've taken this and absolutely twisted it to control every aspect of your life. And they have brainwashed you into believing that you are that corporate fiction and that they are your masters. This is why they took the flag out of school. They took the Constitution out of school. They took the Bill of Rights out of school. They took civics out of school. And school is set up like prisons. A school is built just like a prison. A prison is built just like a school. The buses look the same. The atmosphere isn't much different. Shut up and pay attention. Get in line. Right? So we don't really need government doing what government does. We got building codes for houses. I've been a builder for decades. I've been on a lot of jobs. There are buildings that have been standing for hundreds of years, thousands of years. They didn't have government oversight. They were built better, more solid construction than what's going on here today. Canada just passed C11, the Online Streaming Act, to regulate the internet to keep us safe. Yeah, it's a mess. 1984 Soylent Green. Yeah. So the time that we're living in right now is amazing. All this ugliness has been going on around us for a long, long, long time. It's been, well, I hear over the last 60, 70 years, it's just been a steady incline. And that's my life. I'm going to turn 65 this summer on the 4th of July. 4th of July is my birthday. Imagine that. And here I am YouTubing for liberty and freedom and righteousness. So at any rate, Prairie, thanks for being here. And again, thank you, Michigan Constitution. Oh, I still have more comments. I didn't finish reading them. Holy crap. All right, let's see. What does Roderick says? I've been using cannabis for 47 years and haven't been to a dentist in 28. The Joker. Laugh out loud. Just because someone's story sounds crazy doesn't mean it's not true. Lion. Very interesting video. Gamer. Shame on Michigan cops. They do need held accountable for their unlawful actions against this man. The 2 pigs need fired. There's a lot more than 2. Criminal and corrupt departments. Troy says, Russell J. Gould is still in law of commerce. There is no living people in C jurisdiction. Living people live on the land and soil jurisdiction. All right, so I'll talk on that. And there's still more comments to read, so I guess I'm not going to be rushing off here. Get a little bit more coffee with some poison toxic water here. Russell J. Gould. Very interesting man. I can see nothing to discredit him. I believe because of the study that I've done, I believe what he says is fact. One of the beautiful things that he's done with quantum grammar is I don't want to say things wrong here. So I'm not really used to talking on this topic. Sentence structure that is factual. You're going to get the same information if you read it forward or if you read it backwards. If you translate it from any language to any other language, you lose no structure in the sentence. You do not lose the meaning of the sentence. And one of the biggest problems we have is communicating. When we speak the same language here in America, we can't communicate very well, by my observation. We some of us can't understand each other. You get somebody from New York, New Jersey, and they're fast talking. You get somebody from down south with their hillbilly drawl slang, and it's a vast difference. And if your ear's not in tune to it, it doesn't really register well up here. And our language has been so bastardized, and words are so misused, and people are in so much pain, mental pain, physical pain. They're confused, they're drugged up, they're toxified, they have a hard time with critical thinking, and so we got a real mess here. So that to me is one of the most awesome things that Russell has done. The quantum banking, that's his baby, and the BRICS, I do believe that is Russell. I can't prove it, but all my research indicates that is that's Russell's system, and that'll be what's coming forward. Now, does it end up being called BRICS in the end? I don't know. Oh, that is a beautiful thing there. So we'll have real currency, not notes printed out of thin air. So I do think that Derek Johnson's done a good job of confirming my thoughts and my gut beliefs that Trump's a triple agent, that he was recruited, and that we have a global military operation underway. And so this is why we see the things that are going on, and a lot of it is distraction and acts and actors. And so I think one of the best people to listen to is Derek Johnson right now. And then branch from there. So whatever rabbit hole you're down, if you're not in tune with Derek Johnson, I'd suggest you get in touch with Derek Johnson. Prairie agrees. Prairie agrees that words are very misused. All right, so Frank says, hey, MCC. Jihad says, it's effing weed, natural plant. Shirley, it's in our Hollywood actors, Disney. It must be referring to something I said in a talk that's just not coming to. It's every courthouse, and that's surely referring to my talk. Every court, virtually every court that we know, your circuit court, your district courts, in your counties, in your cities, they're corporations. And they operate on legal, which again is not there for you. Anything repugnant to the Constitution must be abrogated. Anything in those statutes, acts, codes, rules, regulations that's going to apply to you, the man, cannot be repugnant to the Constitution. Now, those things are there to be applied to commerce and government. And that's it. These federal courts, they've been corporations. Now, the T-Man appointed several federal judges. And one of the fellows that's in my network has been having issues with law enforcement, raids, arrests, court proceedings, and it's interesting because one of the last communications was something about found a federal Article 3 court. And he's petitioning or whatever, trying to get his case moved. And I don't know how successful he's going to be. Oh, sorry. There's my hip. I need to get out and do some walking. All right. I think we have more comments to read. Thank you, Michigan Constitutional Crusader. It's true. Indiana does common law. Well, now, that's interesting. I don't know when was the last time we ever had a trial by jury in this country. We have jury trials, which are administrative processes. They're legal. They're not lawful. But the Americans Notice of Liability, I did not talk enough about that. And in my talk with the Constitutional Crusader, most of the states' constitutions reference our power as all political power inherent in the people. However, Indiana's Constitution is the best. It says all power is inherent in the people. All power is inherent in the people. So I decided that was the constitutional provision I would drop in, primarily just as a reference and statement and claim in a Article 3 open court of record that you own, you control, you open, highest court, and you facilitate your document in that court and your claims. You claim that you are a free man, male or female. You're not in contract with the government. All right, you're making these claims. You're spelling out what a trespass is. You're spelling out what the penalties for those trespasses are. And then you facilitate this with a public notary as a jurat certificate. You serve, I say the best way, one of the strongest, most powerful ways for Americans to use this is to go into your sheriff's department and serve it on your sheriff and sheriff's department. And then order them to end road piracy. But you don't. Are you worried? Oh, is my license expired? Is my tabs expired? Did I pay my insurance? Are my windshield wipers working? Is my windshield cracked? Do my tail lights work? Oh God, did I forget to use my blinker? Oh shit, did I swerve? Oh my goodness, did I come to a complete stop? Who cares? Did you harm anyone? But you see, this is what they've done to us. This is what they've done to us. And we are having a hard time holding these parasites to account because we don't have a lawful process with enforcement. The lawful process is there, the enforcement's not there. And then the last one is from Car L. MCC, you know me. Watch out for those government reprisals your friend spoke of, yourself, old friend, for using your platform to get the truth out. So, and that's the last one to read. There are two replies there. Dan Green says, "Why watch out, Dan?" You. Carl responds, "It's watch your six. Heard of it? Corrupt powers that be. Could shut him down. They can do all kind of things. If you're not familiar with gang stalking, you could do some research on gang stalking, and that can be really, really, really beautiful, brutal. Let's see. Perry says, I found a channel up in Canada here called Hammerhead Garage. I just found last week as well. They're taking on the same. They're talking on the same path you are here about being a free man. Awesome. And so this is what we need. This is what we need. And the Prairie, you're still here, but it tells me I have 0 people here. I never know. I never know. So this is what we're seeing all over the world. Part of my talk in the 100 Monkeys is that I was displaying some frustration. Because there's some of us that are showing you some powerful truths and showing you by action. And the vast majority of the people just cower in fear and are paralyzed with fear. And either can't get it or can't react, or there's something, there's this huge disconnect. But the monkeys were able to transfer this information across vast distance without any communication in the way that you or I know it. And so all this misinformation, disinformation, misuse of words, division, it's all got to come to an end. Because all this, it's creating all this negativity in the now space. And every time the now space moves forward, every millisecond, every whatever measure of time you want going this way, boom, boom, boom. Here's the pain. Here's the pain. Here's the torture. And you're taking it all from the past with you as you go. It's hard to get up when you got that going on. We need a break. We need a break when that's happening. We got to be able to have a shield, have a deflection. That one missed, that one missed, right? To the point where you get a force field where they can't even get close enough to where you can see them, or see the negative energy, your toxic water, your toxic food, your toxic education, your toxic servants. And we get to a point in our now space where our now space is love and happiness and joy and prosperity and convenience and options open for unimaginable exploration and unimaginable creation and unimaginable. I should be adding the word wonderful in with all of that. Every one of those wonderful. All these wonderful experiences. And now, in your now moment, all this bliss, all this love, all this prosperity, all this kindness and sharing and all this wonderful interaction, and none of that negativity, none of that British agents, none of that policy officers, none of these statutes, acts, codes, rules, regulations, ordinances beating you over the head. See how different life can be? What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this? Huh? You're going to keep taking it and taking it and taking it, cowering in fear, cowering in fear. Grab that son of a bitch and crush it and twist it and bury it in the ground. It's that simple. It's just that simple. But you got to realize what this is and what it takes to do this. Take it down. We need to come together. We need to stand together. And you got to stop running. People need to stop running from people like me. It's not me that you fear. It is the reprisal from these parasites that keep doing this. Grabbed it. I told this story on one of my videos. Is probably a good time to tell it again. So I was the oldest of three. So I didn't have a big brother or big sister to keep the bullies away from me, right? And that's just my experience. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. That was me. And in growing up in the suburbs of Detroit, and I was not big. I wasn't tall. I wasn't thick. I wasn't big. I was just a skinny little kid. And I didn't really have a father figure around. So I didn't grow up, from 2 years old, 3 years old, doing a little boxing with dad and, a little wrestling with dad or, having man to man, father to son talk kind of stuff. Right. And, well, I'm facing the bullies. And as it turned out, I was fast as a runner. Um, and well, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to run. And I found the running in general worked pretty good for me because I could get to a place of safety. But that means that they're still chasing me, and they're gonna keep chasing me, and they're expecting me to run. And they know when they get me, they're just gonna right. And oh Lord, I think I want to roll a cigarette. So this was my life from kindergarten through fourth grade in the suburbs of Detroit, Southfield area, 6 Mile Southfield area. And then my mom remarried, and I found myself out in more of a rural area. And I got to ride a bus to school every day. That was how I got back and forth. So it didn't take long for a bully to find me. And this fella, he's a good head, taller than me, much bigger, thicker, and just intimidating. Well, I don't know how it got to this point, but this SOB is there waiting for me outside the door of the bus. In other words, the bus gets up to the school. I get off the bus. There he is. And so if there's something good that's in my what I'm bringing for lunch, obviously that's his. Whatever money I got in my pocket, obviously that's his. And it's my obligation to run a couple of city blocks to the drugstore and go in and buy his order and race back up and get it to him and get to class on time without getting my ass beat. Oh, God. I don't know how long that went on, but it went on too long. And so our school was 2 levels, and stairways wide. You could probably have 4 or 5 of us, side by side going down stairs, and then you hit this landing, and then you go down the next flight of stairs. So I'm coming down on the right hand side of the steps, and I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm not just stepping down the steps. I'm coming down the steps like this, right? And I come around the corner, and this bully, he's at the bottom of the steps on the other side, and he's coming up. And I can still see it. I can still see this like it was yesterday. And he's coming up them stairs, and his hand's coming up, and he's pointing at me, and he's giving me some kind of an order. And I come around that corner with a little bit of speed. I'm moving, and I'm coming down the stairs. So now, I'm probably above him now, right? For the first time in my life. And I come at him with a straight arm, and I hit him square in the face. He went over backwards. This is tile floors. And he hit that thing, and he didn't move. And I didn't stop. I just kept on going. And that was the end of it. Not only was it the end of that, but a lot of other BS I didn't have to deal with because now I had a reputation. In 5th grade, right? And so you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to run, and you got to know when to strike. And you got to know what your enemy is, who your enemy is, and how to strike. And it would be best if we come together and not be the lone wolf. But there's so much misinformation and so much division that becomes very difficult for us. And so herein lies my frustration with the 100 monkey effect. You get all these people bringing you information on consciousness and what's truth and what isn't truth that I don't know. I'm still trying to sort all that out, but I am I'm experiencing things. I was given vision that I didn't have most of my life. I've been given the vision to see the demonics and hell. And what's being shown to me is it's ugly. I mean, it is ugly. And I don't know what hell is. Maybe it's not hell that I'm seeing. Maybe it's just evil. But I can see it, and it is jam-packed with misery and torture. But I'm also able to see the positive, what we might call the angelics. and and I'm receiving communications. It's and things happen, and somehow, however, I don't want to use the word manifest. They kind of, everybody's saying manifest, manifest, manifest. Well, I think you need some context to that. You need some knowledge in that manifesting talk. And it's like this talk of 3D, and we're elevating into 4D and 5D and 6D and becoming a light being. And, it's like, I think the 3D is you're dumbed down, you're brainwashed, you're poisoned, you're toxified, you're enslaved, you're in a box, you're living in a fear based society. It's 3D. And for my explanation for you here, 4D is you're beginning to wake up. You're beginning to realize that you're trapped here in 3D. There's more. So think of it like a fishbowl. 3D, you're in the fishbowl. 4D, there's something out there, but you really don't know what it is yet. 5D, I think you're starting to use some of those powers that we have that we have lost or lost knowledge of or ability to use. So our ability to heal. Let me see, what is Perry says, I'm still here. Now they screwed with people with that. Yeah. Yeah. It is terrible. I'm on YouTube, so I still have to be careful about what I say. I'm one of the few who maintained a YouTube channel and didn't go doing a bunch of other channels, and so really, what I should be getting good or better. I want to be good at delivering the message because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. Um, and 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 right now I'm trying to figure out where is my place in this. What am I going forward? Am I walking down the science path for healing modalities and health? Am I am I continuing on in the truther, bringing out truths? Am I a freedom fighter to liberate us? Or is it something else? I'm deep into all of it. And so that creates some I don't know what it creates, but it creates many paths versus just being on a path. A lot of people out there that got the channels, they're on a path. I'm on multiple paths and trying to keep up with the most critical issues on each of those paths. And then, of course, there's the documenting of the corruption, the bad actors, their bad actions, and my quest for justice, for their punishment and for our restitution. So every day, this is what you're getting every day. It's coming at you, negative energy, fear-based shite coming at you, coming at you, coming at you. We need to do this and crush it and crush it and crush it and then bury it and be done with it. And you can stop watching these videos and you can stop with all the paperwork and who to send it to. And then you can know who you are. You can own your authority. You can be free, have liberty, happiness, love, prosperity, and learn and live and share kindness. So with that, thank you, Constitutional Crusader. 100 Monkey Effect. Let's let it roll. And let's catch this shit and kill it. I love you. Fighting for you. Prairie, thanks for being here. I'll be back again soon.